Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the RIP to our podcast. We have an announcement, guys. We have our first announcement. So, yeah, guys, the first
Oh,
announcement is Beetlejuice.
the
Have you got any
juice.
thoughts? Any thoughts, guys? Tim?
Yeah, man. Yeah, the juice is loose, man. I'm so excited it's back. I mean, I figured this house was going to be back, but I'm more excited because I did not get to go see it because it was such a short span between work. I just couldn't get the time off to go see it. So I am super super excited that the man is back.
So, guys, if you don't know, Luke is actually he's actually in a car on the highway using his girlfriend's hotspot with a pair of Apple AirPods.
This is
Um,
how dedicated. This is how dedicated he is.
So Luke's actually on vacation and he's still getting a shout for you guys. So very exciting. So I've got a question because obviously I'm sure Tim has questions as well, and maybe they're the same questions. Um, when you walked through that house, could you see where there should be a scare actor and there wasn't? Did they have stuff toned down? So this part here, Luke was describing his time through the Beetlejuice house, saying that he did love the house, but he could see that it had so much more potential because of the plexiglass, and he could also see where scare actors should have been but weren't. Yeah, because I feel like Beetlejuice, especially when you see him wandering around the theme parks, and especially when they did the Graveyard Review show, Beetlejuice is a character which gets right in your face. So I've been walking around Universal myself, and he's came up right behind me and gave me such a fright. And he gets up close and personal. I think that is how he should be represented in the house, if that makes sense.
Heck yeah.
So yeah, I'm hoping this year we don't have any plexiglass. I understand if we do, um, but when you look,
Honestly, go ahead, Gary. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say when you look on the website, they have the 10 spots for 10 houses. So I'm hoping we're getting the whole full event and not a sort of a dimmed down event.
I was just gonna say, honestly, even with the plexiglass, and Luke could probably attest to this too. Like especially like going through like the bride's house, I still thought it was awesome.
Yeah,
Like even though you see the plexiglass, it's still good. I mean, yeah, you want them in your face, but I still think that there are going to be safety precautions still in place, which is fine. I think every Horror Nights fan out there would rather have that than have the event canceled.
oh for sure,
So
100%.
especially not having it last year and only having whatever you want to call it, HHN light,
Yeah,
HHN during the day, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, exactly. Everybody and especially everybody we know would rather have that, be able to go through 10 houses, even though it has plexiglass, instead of not having it at all. And I'm down, so let's do it.
yeah, and that just shows how good Universal are
Hmm.
when they have tons of restrictions put in place and they can't operate to their full potential. They
Yeah,
still manage to operate 2/3 Horror Nights houses that people have absolutely raved about and came out of them houses
yeah,
absolutely loving them.
yep,
So if they did Tooth Fairy and Brides and Beetlejuice that way, I think we're in for a big shock this year
sure,
if they're allowed to do it to the full potential.
yeah. But
Um,
how amazing was announcement day? Like all of a sudden, it was just like, yo, we just got an announcement. Like HHN tweeted out, and we were like, I mean,
I didn't even know.
I not that Beetlejuice is a surprise, but it was just that is our first official announcement because we never got an official announcement except for canceling and for last year. There was no announcement of any houses last year, correct?
No.
Okay, I'm talking about like normally like we would get an announcement for a house, like months in advance or a couple months in advance or whatever it was. We didn't get anything because,
Got nothing.
obviously because they didn't know what was going on. So it felt so good to have this like back because everybody was just like, "Oh, yes, we're doing it this year. It's coming. It's coming." So
Yeah.
it felt so good just to have that.
Yeah. So even Puppet Theatre wasn't like, like the run of the mill announcement. They did it via that video. Is that
Yeah,
correct on their YouTube page? So
yeah,
it wasn't like, like everybody around this time of the year starts setting the tweet notifications for the Horror Nights page ready. I mean, I do it every year.
yeah,
Around after the time we have the first announcement, I set the notification bell so every time Horror Nights tweet, even though the new social media team have been absolutely terrible and with some of the tweets that they put out. I will hold my hand up and say some of the tweets that they put out are absolute cringe, but
yeah.
I still have it on because I want to be the first to know. But this time I didn't. They didn't post anything on Instagram for quite a while, and I'm taking a little break from Twitter, which I'm starting to regret because I missed out on the announcement, and I didn't actually know anything until our friend Jason texted me, and he didn't even say anything. He just sent me a link to the Horror Nights page. I clicked on it, and it just the whole homepage was just Beetlejuice.
Yeah,
So I was like, oh well, they've announced Beetlejuice.
absolutely.
But
You want to
speaking
talk?
of,
Oh, go
sorry,
ahead, Gary. I was going
I
to
was
say,
just going to
you
say,
want to talk about the page?
yep. So I'm on the
Yeah.
page now, and the design looks awesome. I mean, it's a design that's on the merch. I actually have my Beetlejuice shirt on now for the people who are watching the video version of the podcast. I'm wearing my
Ooh.
Beetlejuice shirt. And speaking of video podcast, guys, sorry to go off on a tangent, but this is the first official video on our YouTube
Hi,
page.
everybody.
So we're all testing it. We're seeing how it works out. We have a few things to work. Obviously, Luke's webcam isn't working because he's on the road. But hopefully, when he's back in the
He's a
recording
picture.
studio, we'll be able to get Luke on the webcam. And obviously, Tim's looking pretty good there. I've got a webcam set up as well. So yeah, we're going to start utilizing the YouTube page. It means we can speak to you guys because the one I don't know if you guys agree. The one thing that upsets me about a podcast is there's no to and back. Like a YouTube video, you can comment and the
Sure.
creator comment back. There's none of that with a podcast.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
very hard to get feedback on what people like. So I think the YouTube channel will be a great way for us to interact with listeners or now viewers, and we can all pop on and speak to you guys and even do some live streams in the future. But anyway, that's enough. That's enough for that tangent.
Woo.
Let's get back to the page. So, what do you guys think of this year's homepage?
I think it looks good. There are things I want to talk about though. So,
Go on then,
um,
Tim, take it away.
okay, so let's talk about, so now we have official dates on there as well. Gary already mentioned that there are 10 spots on the page, and Beetlejuice is the first house that has been announced. So we're going to get another 9 houses. We think we know some of them. And in a coming episode, I think we're going to revisit the speculation map and go over that with you guys. But so official dates, we have Friday, September 3rd, and it ends, how appropriate, boys, on Saturday, October 31st, which is Halloween. So,
So I think that is cool, but I'm very surprised they didn't continue it into November like the past few years. But I can sort of see why they've done that because again, this is the earliest the event has ever started.
yeah, I think also though, if you did go into November, now you're talking like if it ends the following Sunday, that's going to be November 7th. I mean, I know every HHN fan is like, so let's just do it. But I feel like that's kind of late because they need,
Yeah, they have to cater
they got to get
for
the
everybody,
Christmas.
not just the hardcore,
Yeah,
pass holder fans.
correct. And they need to
And
start getting
agree
ready
with,
for Christmas.
yeah, Christmas and stuff that takes a while to set up. But guys, first night September 3rd on a
Crazy,
Friday. Like, how
crazy.
cool is that? Um, they haven't announced the frequent fear or Russia fear or anything like that. We still don't
Nope.
know if that's going to be coming back. Notice at the bottom of the dates it says some nights may sell out, which it does say that I think every year. However, I have had a few thoughts about how they're going to work things. Maybe they will bring frequent fear back, but you have to reserve nights. Like Disney's
Oh,
reservation system.
maybe, maybe.
That could throw an old spanner into the works there. So what do you guys think of that? Would you be happy not having frequent fear and just having single nights, or would you have frequent fear but have to reserve?
I mean, I'm going to vote for frequent fear every single time because the benefit and the value of that pass and how much you pay for it. I just I guess depending on how often I would be able to make those reservations, if that
Yeah,
makes sense. Like if I'm out, like if I'm only being like, what is it, 40 something nights that we're getting this year, right?
yeah,
What if I only get three?
I know, I know.
I mean,
That's it.
my pass, I mean, it doesn't, I mean, 3 nights is, 3 nights. I'm going to take it, but,
Yeah,
and the pass is paid for, for those 3 nights itself. But, being so used to going every night whenever you want
yeah, yeah.
would be
That's
very,
we,
would be very difficult to get used to.
we really have been spoiled, haven't we?
Yeah. I
Um,
mean, I'm
what?
not, I'm not dead set against it, the reservation if they're going to do frequent fear passes.
Yeah.
Um, it just would take, it would just be like getting used to. I don't know.
What if you bought it and they guaranteed a minimum number of nights somehow?
Okay, what's my minimum?
Out, out of so if you just got frequent fear,
Okay.
you would take the Saturdays out. That's correct, isn't it?
Well, frequent fear, I think frequent fear plus is what we usually do, and that's every night except Saturday.
So how many nights total did you say? 40?
I think it's
Because there's
oh,
9
2.
Saturdays there total.
What do we got? 2, 5. I can't math right now. It's too early. Let me see.
It's a lot.
I think it's 42. Sorry.
42.
It's a
So
big number.
42, take away the
Yeah.
9. That's still, I would probably say, would you say 4 or 5 nights guaranteed?
4 or 5 nights guaranteed.
Out of 30 something days?
I mean, I'm going to take it no matter what because I want to go.
So you could essentially go 1 day a week per the event.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I would take it. I mean, probably be upset that I couldn't go when I wanted to go, and then
Oh, yeah.
what happens if I can't get reservations, with people that are coming, you're going to be here in September,
Yeah.
October.
Yeah.
What happens if I can't get a reservation at all while you're here?
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So obviously
Yeah, I never.
there could be drawbacks obviously to this. So what are you gonna do? I just want to say, hey, don't panic, everybody. Luke says bye. I guess service on the road there, so he is cut out. So me and Gary are gonna carry these till the end. All right. Bye, Luke.
Bye, Luke,
Um,
and safe
but
travels.
but I do have a question. I was gonna give you guys both this question, but it's just me and you, Gary. So why, if you look at this, if you look at the dates, right?
Yeah.
Why is Sunday, March 5th blacked out? Why is the opening Sunday of
Hmm.
like the opening weekend blacked out?
Could that? Damn you, Microsoft.
I mean, I know we've had that in the past where, Microsoft has come in and, rented out the park, but that seems early, and I to me that seems crazy that on opening weekend.
Hmm.
So
It's
that was my
either some
that
event or something like Orlando Informer, or maybe it's a pass holder night, possibly.
I guess I'd have to do some research and find out to see what's going on.
Because
I don't
it
know. I
does
just
say.
found
Because I know the Premier pass holders have had a bit of a raw deal with their annual passes, so maybe they get like a guarantee.
their own night. Maybe it's
This
a
is
pass
just
holder night. Oh,
this is just spitballing, but it could be like
sure.
a Premier pass holder night.
Maybe.
I mean,
Maybe.
we know nothing at the minute, guys. We're just like we're just literally discussing it, so nothing.
Yeah.
We've heard nothing. This is just literally our own, ideas. But yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't notice that was blanked out
Yeah.
until you mentioned it.
I just found that very strange. Yeah, like usually it's like later in the event you get that one night, like
Yeah,
and it's usually during like the week, a Wednesday, Thursday, or whatever it is that, they're like, "Hey, sorry."
yeah,
But I found opening weekend, the Sunday, it's not ready. Nobody can go. What the heck?
yeah. That is.
But to also talk about these dates again. Do you see how early Wednesdays start?
Yes. Yep.
So that is a bonus because I feel like that's an early start for Wednesdays.
It's like the third week if you count opening weekend as like
Correct.
the week.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's exciting.
So
What
that's
do you
pretty
got?
awesome.
What do you guys think? Leave us comments. What do you
Yep.
think about this blacked out date? What do you guys think that is? And if somebody knows something,
So
let us know. And then what would you guys think about a reservation system if we had frequent fear or whatever passes they're going to do this year, or if you'd rather just see single ticket nights, or if they do, or the buy one get one. Uh, isn't that what they did last year? Like before it got canceled, they were doing
yeah, they did
right
the
buy one get one.
Bobo. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Um,
think, do you think that if the scrap frequent fare, they would have to reduce the ticket prices?
it's a great question. Um,
Because if you think about it, the frequent fare is why so many people buy that because of the value for money.
oh,
If
absolutely.
if people are going to be buying multiple nights, do you think they would drop the ticket prices to get more of the same people through
Uh,
the gate again, or do you think they would just keep it around the $50-$60 mark?
I honestly don't know. I almost feel like maybe it's going to get raised a little this year so they can make up some
Yeah,
money. And I'm okay with that. I mean,
yeah. So I
you
mean, they
just
did do well on the merchandise and stuff
yeah,
last year. However,
yeah,
the amount of money they'll have lost would have been insane.
sure.
Um,
So
Even if you just took the Billie Eilish contract on its own into account, like for
yeah,
that house to be built, contract, ripped apart, not even used, so that you're talking mega money. But one thing I do want to say, if I can find it on the website,
yeah,
is where is it? Haunted houses and more. So we have the haunted houses. We have the obviously 5 boxes for scare zones. So assuming we're still
yep.
having the scare zones, and attractions is open, and the live entertainment. There's one show.
One show. I saw that.
One show.
Wonder what that
Merchandise,
is.
merchandise and dining. So it sounds like Scare Actor Dining and the Tribute Store is coming
Yep.
back. Scare Actor Dining is going to be 100% for me because you know for a fact Beetlejuice is going to be there. Hasn't been
Yes.
announced, but
N-
he walks around the park daily. So for him not to be there would be a huge loss in my eyes.
So do we get a different tribute store this year too? I think we do.
I think it's going to be possibly somewhere different because is the Tribute Store normally listed under the website? I've never noticed that
I'm not
before.
sure, but I thought I saw somewhere that somebody tweeted out. Again, somebody could tell me if I'm wrong. That some of the stuff from the tribute store was in the prop shop.
Hmm.
Again, somebody tell me if I'm wrong because I could be. I could just be dreaming things. So that's why I'm
Because that is a
thinking.
pretty good location. Because
Yeah.
the original tribute store used to be in the Twister, I believe the Twister
Uh
store.
huh. Yep.
During HHN25 was the first year I went. That got
Okay.
changed into like a merchandise store.
Hmm.
But that's now they use that same place for Mardi Gras and the Christmas
Yeah. I
store.
mean,
So maybe that's a solid. It is a solid base because there's like what three,
yeah.
four rooms in there.
I'm sure it's going to
Um,
be in the same spot. I just wonder if it's going to be a different tribute, like just different than what we saw this year.
Yeah,
So,
but I mean, are we going to get different Beetlejuice merch? So
maybe.
this is the original Beetlejuice shirt from Horror Nights from last year.
Do you think they're
Um,
sitting on stuff?
I don't think they released the whole line of merch. Well, obviously they didn't because we didn't get a house shirt, obviously,
Yeah,
um,
yeah, yeah,
which played with me OCD because I collect one every single year. So we didn't get a house shirt.
yeah,
So you know, if Billie Eilish was on there and that was on the house shirt, that's a lot of money again lost.
yeah.
Did they scrap the house shirt altogether this year?
I mean, all these things, are to come. I feel
I mean,
this
maybe they
was
didn't even get the house shirt to print. But I feel like some of the Beetlejuice merch that they've sat back on. There was quite a lot of Beetlejuice merch, wasn't there? There was t-shirts. They brought the
yeah,
hoodie. They brought the Book of the
socks and
Deceased socks,
yeah,
bag, pop vinyl.
yeah, just
Um,
everything.
so I do want to say they've held some stuff back for this year. But I think if we do get another Beetlejuice shirt, I don't think it'll be the same as this one.
No, I mean,
because idiots like me will buy the second variation as well as the one that I'm wearing.
oh yeah, dude, for sure.
So yeah,
Um,
but I'd be interested to see what the show will be, Tim,
yeah, that's my I was going to ask you. What do you think?
because
What are we going to get?
I highly doubt we're going to get Academy of Villains back again.
Nope,
We're not going to talk about
nope,
that sort of thing.
nope.
It's all over the internet if you want to look. However,
Yeah, yeah, we're
I
definitely
can
not getting that.
safely say AOV will not be back. Last year was the last year of the contract. However, other stuff has happened.
I know everybody
Um,
talks about, Bill and Ted coming back, especially that we just had Bill and Ted 3, now it's
yep.
all of it, available on Blu-ray and everything and stuff.
Or
Yeah.
Beetlejuice Graveyard Review.
Could you imagine?
If they did a whole all-out Beetlejuice stage,
That'd be pretty sick, dude.
how cool would that be? And
I'd be in.
incorporate dancers and stuff in as well.
Yeah.
I would be down for that.
Bring some of the old school show back and then add some new flavor
Yeah.
to it.
Because if you look at the website, although he is just the first announcement, it sort of looks like he's going to be the icon to me, anyway.
That'd be cool.
So if he was the icon, would it make sense for him to have his own stage as well?
Yeah.
I think that would be cool.
That would be cool. That'd be really good.
One other thing I wanted to talk about off the website is we got a
Yep.
tagline as well.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Horror Nights 30, and the tagline is "Never Go Alone." And if you look, it's in the shape of a chainsaw.
Yeah.
So it's a bit
Never
of a
go never
it's a
go
bit of a
alone.
it's a bit of a different tagline. Normally
Yeah.
they go with something like fear or something like that, But
Yep.
um, I've saw a few people who aren't a fan of it. I think it's all right. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Um,
So if you look at it, because I had to look at this, because you're like, oh, it's in the shape of a chainsaw. I get it now. The 30 is like
the
the
handle,
base, like the handle and
yeah,
the base, and then the blade is the never go alone. So yeah, I get it.
that that
Kind
is
of cool.
correct.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of cool.
So it looks like they might be going with the white and red theme again. Like they
Yeah.
did. I got Jason sent me out the pass holder shirt with the icons, and I think there was two icon shirts, but one was a pass holder variant, one was a normal. But I think they had the same
Yes,
sort
I
of
know what you're talking about. Yep.
yeah. So that was the red and
Yeah.
white theme. So judging by the tagline and the logo, it looks like they're probably going to go with that
Yeah.
same color scheme again, which I wasn't overly fan of. I'm not really a fan of like red.
Yeah.
Um, I prefer. I don't know. I think it's just because we're used to having the past couple of years has been all 80s, hasn't it? So
Yeah.
we used to like the neon pinks, the blues, all that sort of stuff.
Sure.
But the red is horror at the end of the day.
Yes.
So yeah, that is the website updates for now. Very
Yep.
excited to go check out
That is exciting.
the Halloween Horror Nights homepage. The Beetlejuice graphic on there is awesome.
Yeah, it is.
So I'm hoping we'll get a Beetlejuice print or a poster this year as well. I don't think they released one in 2020. I'm not sure, so I'm hoping we do get one of them. But Tim,
Yes, sir.
we got some caller
We
like
do?
dial-ins. We got
All right,
three.
sweet. Sweet.
Do you want to listen?
Let's hear them.
Hey, what's up, fellas? Finally, an announcement. And I think they could have given me anything at this point. I would have been excited about it either way. But I don't think Beetlejuice being announced or coming back was a shock. I think just for everybody, it was just a sheer emotion and delight of just seeing something announced and the dates coming out, just giving everybody something to look forward to. And I managed to do the Bride's House and Tooth Fairy House, and I could not get down for Beetlejuice. So I'm very, very happy it's returning. But yeah, I think we all needed it. I felt like when I saw the announcement, I felt like the sun came out. I had a spring in my step. I was nicer to the people at work. But I think it's what we all needed. And now hopefully the announcements start coming through thick and fast, give us something to talk about. Hopefully see you guys in the fog.
And that's our boy Ashley.
Sorry,
There we
microphone
go.
issues there. Um, See, I'm glad we've got the video, Tim.
I know. I'm just like, hey.
I think Ash is right. It did brighten everybody's day.
For
The
sure.
likes of me, you, Ash, a lot of people, in the community live and breathe Halloween Horror Nights. So
Yeah.
as soon as that last night of the event finishes, we're waiting for the next season. We're already
Yep,
talking about the next
exactly.
year, and it is a dark period of nothing. From like October all the way through to like March, April. And as soon as you get that first announcement, I don't know, just something changes. I get a rush of excitement. I get a lot of buzz. I love talking to all my friends. Like Ash messaged me straight away. You did. Jason did. Twitter, Instagram blew up. The RIP
Yeah.
Instagram blew up.
Yep.
So just something changes and just everybody does just seem happy. So yeah, I do have to agree with that.
Oh yeah,
But
he
this
nailed it right on. He nailed it right on the head. So I mean,
100%.
yeah.
And this next one, you also know this guy. So
Uh-oh.
here we go.
What is up, RIP Tour Podcast? It's Bart Scott, author of Emily Moonlight and Marrow, proprietor of the Sasquatch Lounge podcast, the Tiki Bar for Monsters, and I am so excited right now. Man, I needed this news today. We all needed this news. Our souls needed it. Our cold, dead inside souls needed this good news. Halloween Horror Nights 30 is a go. The first weekend in September. Hopefully, we still got 6 months. Please don't let anybody screw this up. Please get those vaccines out there and let's do this. Beetlejuice, are you kidding me? It is. Beetlejuice got to hang around for a year to make sure this happens. I'm the ghost with the most, babe. It's a terrible impression, but I don't care. I'm not an impressionist, but I am so pumped. I'm so excited for Halloween Horror Nights. What can I say, guys? I love you. I love the RIP tour, and I will see you in the fog.
How awesome is Bart
Damn,
Scott?
Bart, you are the man. I love that guy.
I think I'm
Dude.
going to open the show every week with that with that clip.
That's awesome. So cool.
See what I mean about it? Just something just changes, and
Eh,
Bart's right. Everybody needed this.
For
It's
sure.
something to grab onto. It's something to look forward to. And again, Ash and Bart,
You
they
could
will
you
absolutely
you
nailed
hear the
it.
passion. You hear the passion in their voices. I mean,
Yeah,
every HHN fan is like that. So this announcement was well needed. So
yeah.
yes, sir.
And we have one more.
All right.
And you actually met this guy last night, Tim.
I did. This is Jacob, right?
Yeah.
All right.
So here's Jake.
Hey, this is Jake from Twitter, also known as that JKid91. Have to ask, since we're all super hyped and stoked for HHN30, have you all already booked your opening weekend hotels? Which hotel did you book? And for our UK friends, which hotel did you book? JK, we all know you booked Cabana Bay. And how much of a rager are we going to throw pre-HHN at Fat Tuesdays?
This guy knows. Yeah, I met Jake last night at Ashley and Drew's wedding. He happened to be sitting at our table. So shout out to you, Jake. It was awesome to hear that you love our podcast and that you left us a voicemail for us. So thank you to that. I appreciate that. And obviously, I hear the passion in your voice talking to you last night too. So yeah, I mean, we all know where we're staying. I mean, we'll all be at Fat Tuesdays. We'll all be, everywhere. So yeah, I'm so excited, dude. Like September cannot get here any sooner.
I know. I really can't wait.
And obviously, there's many other reasons on top of HHN, for you personally and for us. So we're excited to celebrate your big day. You and Bex. So it's going to be an amazing September, October vacation for all of us. And
it's what we need, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody's had a bad year, a bad time. Everybody's struggled in their own way.
Yep.
We've lost loved ones. We've seen loved ones suffer and be sick. People have lost jobs.
Yeah.
I mean, you were furloughed, Tim.
Yeah.
Everybody's been hit in different ways. And one of the reasons I love doing this podcast is we get so many messages of people just saying how much they love the show, and it makes a difference and it brightens their day. And to me, that makes everything worth it in my eyes. Even if you get 10 listeners and those 10 listeners say that they love the show, I mean, all we're doing is talking about something that we talk about off screen or off air anyway via DMs. why not just do it, in a podcast form,
I mean,
so
we're here to brighten your day. If us talking about HHN and any other stupid nonsense that we can talk about,
yeah,
then
yeah,
we're here for it, and we love doing it, and we love talking to you guys, and interacting with you, whether social media, voicemails, now maybe on this YouTube channel. So
yeah,
we'll see
yeah.
what happens. I
Speaking of
think Gary,
YouTube, my
Gary,
webcam's overheated.
I was like, Gary, you disappeared. You're now a black box with a orange and white W.
Yeah, it turns out my camera has overheated. So yeah,
Aha.
there's not a lot I can do. I'll have to figure that out. But
Sweet.
again, guys, this is just
Yeah.
this is testing the waters. We just want
Yeah.
to know if you
No
guys,
worries.
like this sort of thing.
Oh,
I'm
there
back.
you go. Hey, you're
I'm
back.
back.
Hey.
I'll have
I
to
was
get
going to
some.
say, good spot to end, or
Yep. We just wanted to get a little show out. It
And-
wasn't going to be nothing massive.
and then so I'll have you get me a link, but let's have another link for our next episode, and let's play a little. Not that it's a game, but let's. What house do you want to see replace the Billie Eilish house? Because, like I said, we're pretty positive that that's not coming back since
Yeah.
props are in the store. So let's put out we'll put out on Twitter and Instagram and wherever else a link so you guys can call in. But what house would you like to see there? Would you like it to be an original? Do you want it to be an IP? Let us know.
If you have an original, let us know your idea.
Yeah.
We don't get a great deal of call-ins, but I just want to say that it's super easy to do. All you do is click the link. There's a little box to type in whatever name you want, and you have 60 seconds to record. You don't need to sign up. You don't need to make an account. It drops into our inbox, and like you just heard there with the last three, we play it live on the show. And for us, that's just a little way we can get you guys involved in the show, get you guys to take part, and we do want to hear your thoughts, your comments, all that sort of stuff. And it's super
Absolutely.
easy, 60 seconds to talk about whatever you want.
Yeah.
Based on the topic that we give you. So yeah, keep an eye out on Twitter for the link.
Yep.
I'll be posting it on Instagram as well. So that's pretty much I think that's going to wrap the show up, Tim, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, Luke, we missed you. Sorry you couldn't. Sorry the service was terrible in the car, but we'll get you on the next episode. And thank you to Ash, Bart, and Jake for sending in some voicemails for us, so we can talk about that. Everybody's
100%.
passionate. Everybody's excited. We're happy that HHN is officially back. And, just like everybody said, keep your fingers crossed. Let's make sure everybody's doing their job correctly so we have this this year. All right?
Yep. So thanks for listening, guys, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.
See ya.